Okay, so if I want to write code for each sprite, the way I'm going to do it is as follows. Uh, right now, I'm clicking on, well, first of all, I can drag my sprites around on the stage and put them in whatever position I'd like to. Now, if I click on one of the sprites down here, notice how up here I can see which sprite I'm clicking on. That means right now I'm writing code for the red dinosaur, and right now I'm writing code for the green dinosaur. The first piece of code that you want to use in Scratch is if you click on events, I have this block here, which says when clicked. And this means when I press this button up here, which starts the game. So anything that I put below here is going to be executed when I start playing the game. So the first thing we would like to do is we want to make sure that our dinosaur is showing. So a lot of the time when your sprite game ends, you might have your sprite disappear. For example, if you're playing a game where your sprite dies at the end of the game, you would want it to show again. So that it's good practice to just simply put the show at the top, and also to go to motion and set its position. So if we go to here, we can find go to here, and by default it will have its current position. We'll talk later about what these numbers mean, but this is an XY axis, XY position. So if I press start, now nothing will happen. But let's imagine I drag this over here, press start, oh, it goes back here. The second thing we'd like to talk about is we would like to switch costumes. And what are costumes? Well, if I click over here, I can see that this sprite has 4 different costumes. One that looks like this, one that looks like this, one that looks like that. And if you click them fast together, it looks like the sprite's moving. And this is very basic animation. So if I click down here, I find the next costume button. Next costume button would be in looks. Next costume. Let's click go now, and it moves to the next costume. Press it again. Oh, look at that. It's going. So obviously we want in our dance battle to have the dinosaur changing costumes. So we can add another piece of code which is going to repeatedly change costumes. So we're going to write a loop. So if we go to controls, we can either repeat 10 times or repeat forever. Let's do 10 times. Let's put that in there. Learning how to drag and drop these blocks takes a little trial and error. And now we press go. We see that the dinosaur very rapidly changes his costume over and over. Too rapidly. So we would like to add a delay. We want to change costumes, but we don't want to necessarily do it immediately. So we can drag wait 1 second under here, and now we have a loop with 2 lines of code. So what this says, again, when we start the program, show yourself, go to this position, 10 times do what's inside here. Wait 1 second and change your costume. Repeat 10 times. Let's see what that does. Okay, now that seems a little bit slow. So let's change that to 0.25 seconds. And let's run. Okay, looks pretty good.